beachy cars.
What's up, everybody? We had a big issue the last time I took this car apart, and or tried to, and we have a problem with the situation with underneath the car. We can't get the oil pan out, so we have to go get the K-member out. And in order to do that, you have to have something to hold the motor up in the air when you're dropping the K-member, and it's called an engine fixture. I got one, and I'll show it to you. This is an engine fixture, as you can see. It goes across the engine bay, and it holds the motor up in the air as the bottom of the cradle drops down. Okay, now the issue with this is, if you take a look at it, it's not wide enough. It reaches here. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to modify this to reach here. I'm gonna have to extend it a little bit, and that's what I'm doing now. So I'm gonna take this thing apart, weld some parts to it, and then so we can use it. Okay? Now, I had no idea these were so useful until the first time I used one. As you can see, you can separate it, take it apart here. Okay, this goes into these slots, and it's adjustable this way or that way. This is the centerpiece. It's used to hold on to the transmission or engine, and this is used on front-wheel drive cars too, to hold up the transmission when you're pulling the engine, or hold up the engine when you pull the transmission, because there's nothing else to hold the engine. You drop the cradle from the bottom of the front-wheel drive car. It's much easier to work on using this device. Okay, that's what this is for, imports, and I have to make one now for domestic, and I'm making it today. So you can adjust it a couple notches this way, a couple notches this way, depending on where the transmission is. It's totally adjustable. And here's the other side. What we got to do today, so we got to add some feet to it to make it like this. The feet are going this way, one here and one here. I like to make it foldable so you can just go like this, and then when it's folded, it looks like this. Totally self-contained. That's what I want to do today. So when I fold it out, I can fold it out this way and fold it out this way. There'll be some screw holes here and screw holes here. Okay, so there you are, folks. This is a homemade engine fixture. You know, I'm too much of a cheapskate to buy one from Amazon or somewhere else, so I made one myself. Okay, on my channel, I'm going to show you how to make a lot of these tools and a lot of these engine devices. All right, this is just the one of them, and you will learn how to make these things and how to make them the right way. As you can see, they're welded a little at a time, and they've been ground down too. The welds are good. So basically what it is, it's a couple of pieces of 1x1 angle iron or angle bar, and this is a 1.5 by 1.5. Let's see if I can get a better shot of that. A 1.5 by 1.5 welded together. Now, when square tube, as you know, it is welded together, it becomes very strong. So this is strong enough to hold well, a big block Chevy if you have to, but I don't want to test it. But I did test it, and it did hold, but I don't want to give it any you know, I don't want to try that again. So this is used to hold up transmissions only, or the motor only, in case you have to drop the transmission, leave the motor in the air when you're dropping the cradle. So that's what this is for. Okay, so we're gonna make this so it tracks out this way on this side and this way on this side, so there's more of a extension going this way so it can touch the fenders. After I'm done, underneath I'm gonna put some rubber feet here so it can hug the side of the engine bay without scratching up the car or damaging the body panels. All right, so let me begin with the modifications. I'm going to show you how to weld everything together so we can get this thing modified, and then I'm going to paint it again red, and then we should be ready to go to drop the engine cradle of this Mustang. Okay, we're gonna start welding up the box ends so you can get a close-up shot. We're gonna do all the seams, just spot welding only, that's all it needed. It doesn't need a full weld. We're gonna do this to 4 pieces, okay? They're not world class, but they're strong and they will hold a lot of weight. I made sure of it. Okay, so now I'm gonna go and cut these parts here where it's yellow, cut it off here, all the rest of them too, and then that's gonna be our 4 pieces, 4 legs, whatever you want to call it. Then I'm gonna drill a hole at the end here. So that's going to be our, side where it rotates like this. Then the engine fixture can accommodate a wider engine bay. All right? All right, it's time to cut all the 4 square pieces so they can be uniform and all be the same length. All right? Pieces, and as you can see, they're on top. We're gonna put the swivel right here, and then it's gonna give the ability, as you can see, to swivel these out this way so we can extend the width of the engine fixture. All right, you feel me? So, and then when we're done, we can fold it all back up like this and use it for the smaller engine, so it's got dual purpose. We're going to need to install one of these on each side. Okay, they're I think 3/8 inch or something like that. I don't know how many millimeter this is, but it has to be high tensile steel, the really strong stuff, or at least grade 8 or higher, and so we can have it, you know, movable. And then we're going to have wing nuts at the end so you can adjust it very quickly. Okay, so right now we're going to drill the holes in it, and after that we're going to grind down all these welds to make it look pretty. Okay. First you got to drill a hole to penetrate the initial piece. Gotta get a closer shot of this. Once you penetrated the other side, okay, you want to flip it like this to get the other side. Actually, no, you can just drill right through. The other two drilled. I'm going to drill the final two. At least. See that? Okay, now I'm gonna grind all this stuff off of here and make it look better. Setup ready to install. You get this piece, stick the bolt through, and you stick it to the other end like this. To the other side, stick it to the other end like this, and you put your 1/4-inch washers inside, and your wing nut. The wing nut is so you can easily adjust this thing when you don't have to use any tool. Okay. All right. When you're not using it, this folds in like this, as you can see. It's perfectly folded in. And this mounts on top on this hole right here. Okay. And so when you put in a nut through here, what you're going to do is put it in through the hole and weld it to the back and make it flat. Then you still have the nut here, or the bolt here, okay, when you mount this thing like this. And that's the modification, all right? So when you're working on a bigger engine, you can move this out like this. And it's already adjusted for the wider engine bay. If you still need more adjustment, you can adjust it in, or in further, or out further, okay? So, and if it's a smaller engine bay, of course, you could just fold it in like this and use it as is. All right. So this is the completed setup. Now I'll tell you guys how the dimensions are. This is exactly 1 foot. So you're gonna need 4 pieces of 1.5 angle iron. Okay, you're gonna put them back to back, and you're gonna weld it. So the length of this standard size is 3 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 feet 8 inches. Okay, 3 feet 8 is the length. So you need 2 pieces of 2x2 angle iron welded together. Okay, back to back. And then you're gonna need 3/8 inch high tensile steel bolts, 4 of them, plus high tensile steel wing nut and high tensile steel washers, and also high tensile. This is very important. This hook right here needs to be high tensile steel because it has to hold the weight of the engine or the transmission. And then your setup is complete. Okay, and this is how you make a engine fixture at home DIY style. Okay, for the rest of us, because of course you all know I like working on mechanics the cheap way. I don't like spending ridiculous amount of money that I don't already have as it is anyway. This piece here is about, I'd say, almost $1,000 overseas. I can't afford that, so I made my own, and it's practically free. You know what I'm saying? So over there in the US, it's probably a couple $100. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video today, and like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more practical DIY stuff and car repair, and also road trips, because I love those.